Hello, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Elevate with Erica podcast. I'm your host, Erica. My mission is to connect with you through our stories and in that process spread inspiration for you to go do amazing things with your life. I had crushed that this is the way to the perfect job, marriage, and kids checklist and was left unhappy, stressed, living paycheck to paycheck, and unfulfilled. I knew there had to be more to life than wishing away the week until Friday, and so I found that proof. And that's what I'm here to do for you and with you. Are you ready to create a life that gets you excited? Then elevate with Erica. Grab a bottle and get comfy, friends. It's time for some unfiltered advice. I have to tell you guys about a new meat delivery subscription service I'm using. ButcherBox delivers high-quality meat you can trust right to your front door. I'm talking free-range organic chicken, humanely raised pork, 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, and wild-caught seafood, so you can feel good about what you're eating, but also the taste and the quality are amazing. I made a steak dinner last night with 2 cuts of ribeyes from ButcherBox, and wow, you can taste the quality. You can snag 2 free pounds of ground beef in your first box and all future shipments with my link. Yes, that means free ground beef for life, guys. Click the link in my show notes to grab your first ButcherBox. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Elevate with Erica. I know I have listeners from all over, but here on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, every time I say that, I feel so country. Here on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Anyway, here we are getting anxious for warmer weather. We get tortured this time of year by a day of warmth here and there, pushing 70. And then there's 20 degrees the next night. Just enough to tease us. I start thinking about my flip-flops and if my shorts from last year still fit and hanging in the backyard with my kids. We have our first camping trip coming up the end of this month. I just love spring. My favorite time of year is actually fall because of the colors and also the overall feeling of just like circling back into family time after a busy summer. But spring shows such promise, doesn't it? Things are blooming and growing and people are doing more things outdoors. It just feels like life in all areas gets warmer, you know? And gosh, with the heaviness of the last couple years, I am open to receive all the warmth spring has to offer. I'm a naturally optimistic person, and so I find myself, especially lately, looking for joy in the little things. You have to combat what's going on in the world and not let that consume you. Find joy in just the sun hitting your skin. My favorite flower that blooms every year right by my truck in the driveway. The smell of the grill outside of our camper. Our favorite ice cream shop back open for business. I find myself waking up in the morning thinking, what am I looking forward to today? And sometimes it's just those little things. I mean, most of the time, it is just those little things. I could wake up and focus on things I have to do and don't want to, or turn on the news and let that grab my thoughts or grab my phone and allow my work to take me first. But instead, I think, what can I look forward to today? And maybe it's playing Mario Kart with my son after school. Sometimes it's just that, guys, but it gives me something in the morning. Make that conscious effort to think differently first thing in the morning, and I swear it's so powerful. I hope you try it. Because despite the reality of what we know is happening in the world and the conversations that's sparking all around us, you can choose different thoughts. You choose what you choose to see. See spring, see sunlight, see positivity, see joy. I saw a quote that said, despite the forecast, live like it's spring. And that is my goal every day. When you start with joy and gratitude, even if it's just for those little things, yes, we all have struggles no one knows about, but when we can still be grateful, and there's always something to be grateful for, you will start to see joy show up for you. You will see life start happening for you. What you give attention to will steal your attention. So what are you going to let have it? I talk to a lot of people every single day about their health and fitness, and also to women wanting to build a business from home, because both of those things require people to get uncomfortable, require people to start moving differently. I hear a lot of excuses. I hear a lot of limiting beliefs. I hear a lot of woe is me, and I get it. I too made excuses for not taking care of myself in my 20s, for staying in a marriage too long, for staying in a job too long, for not getting my doctorate a long time ago. We all make excuses for something we're not doing that deep down we know we really want. The excuses are always so damn readily available, aren't they? Why isn't motivation and joy just falling from the sky? Because our brain is wired to keep us comfortable. And so anything that requires us to change feels like a threat, even if it's in our best interest. Instead, we validate why we shouldn't do it, because there's probably at least one reason why you should. And that one reason is probably pretty freaking life-changing, but you're so busy focusing on your stack over here of BS excuses, keeping you in this place of mediocrity, sleeping with your dreams instead of bringing them to life. But one decision can change your life. Just one. And it may seem like something so small in the beginning. Look, I decided to push play on a workout program when I was 30, just to feel more confident. And less than 5 years later, I'm leaving my corporate job that, I got this bachelor's and master's degree. And, I was going to night school and working full time and breastfeeding a baby that would not keep the milk down to save his life. And I was leaving my corporate job to build this business, helping others begin their health and fitness journey. I also went from divorce, stressed, overwhelmed by debt, sad, hating my job, losing nearly a household of possessions, comforting that sadness with food and alcohol, to pushing play in 2016 on a path to something I never would have dreamed was in the plans for my life. I mean, sure, I thought about how cool it would be to have my own business. I think that's kind of like it's always been a part of me. Create my own hours, travel, make more money than I knew what to do with. I just always kind of had that entrepreneurial spirit, that dream, but I never thought I would be on the path to do just that. This is going to sound crazy. And also, I'll be 38 this year, but at 30, I definitely thought all I had the ability to change at that point going forward was who I was married to. Because I had already gotten the degrees. I settled into a job. I have 2 kids and a good school system. I have debt from my first marriage that controls my life. This is it for me. Maybe when my kids are older, I'll move to another state, but for now, this is it. I'm stuck here. But look at your life right now. And then think about those things that run through your mind and you say that would be nice, or maybe someday, or in another life. I thought all those things and I was only 30. And look how much my life has changed in just 7 years. It makes me realize how sad it is to think those things at any age, at 20 or 80. Your story is never done. Your story is not done. If you're listening to this today, your story is not done. Don't decide that it is. Don't write off what's actually possible for you. Like I said last episode, don't disqualify yourself. Have you read those stories online about celebrities and well-known entrepreneurs, CEOs of all these big companies we know? Have you read those stories that talk about the age they were when they actually brought their dreams to life? I could Google it and name drop right now, but I know you know what I'm talking about. The point is, one decision can change your life at any moment, at any age. I said I felt stuck at 30. I had barely even been acting like an adult long enough to decide that those years in my 20s were going to take the rest of my life. But even if you're saying it and you're 40, 60, 70, whatever, why are you letting your past have your future? You may have 50 years left to live. You may have 10. You may have 5. I don't care. What do you want to do with the last 5 years of your life? Continue feeling stuck? Continue living with your excuses? Or do you want to try new things? Take some risks. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, because you can always come back to what you're doing right now or something similar to. That's the truth. You've already proven you can get to where you are today, right? So don't be trapped by thoughts of, what if this is as good as it gets? No. What if it gets better? What if it gets better? What if you haven't even skimmed the surface of the life you could have if you put your gifts to use? If you put your dreams to life? Now, I know that saying the grass ain't always greener, but listen. You also won't know until you go look. And yes, it's green where you water it. But look, I have this plant in my house that I have been watering for months, and that plant is just not meant to grow where it is. It needs to be outside, but she's trying to hang in there. She's waiting on spring, just like me. So maybe the grass you're on is dead. Maybe it's done growing. It's reached its potential in the environment that it's in. And no matter how much you water it, it ain't getting any greener. You know what I'm saying? Just like my plant, you probably need to change your environment. You need to go see if the grass is greener. Sometimes it is, and it's worth checking. It is worth checking. I read this other stupid quote. I call it stupid because I hate these quotes that people post on social media that are full of excuses and limiting beliefs, dressed up with fancy writing and a pretty background. The quote was this: "Sometimes people throw away something good for something better, only to find out later that good was actually good enough and better never even came close." I'm rolling my eyes, guys. I really am. Like Michelle Tanner roll is happening right now. Sometimes people throw away something good for something better, only to find out later that good was actually good enough. I don't even like the word good. I don't want my life to be good enough. And better never even came close. Okay, pretty quote with your city line background. So what are you suggesting? Are you trying to make me feel better about settling for good when I could have had great? I'm supposed to feel good about that? Trying something and failing is not the sad part for me. It's never actually trying. It's living with the what ifs. It's settling. It's watching other people live a life I wish I had worked for. It's laying on my deathbed thinking of what I could have done differently. It's standing at the pearly gates and God showing me the version of me that could have been had I used the gifts that He gave me. Now that is sad. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Now that quote doesn't even need a mountaintop background, does it? That's just powerful. If you're aiming for something, even if you fail, you'll be somewhere better than where you started. And maybe that somewhere is not far from where you're at right now, but it's somewhere where you can say you went for that thing on your heart. You're not going to lose good on your quest for great. You're not going to lose good on your quest for great. You may find a different good, but you're not going to lose it. You have everything in you to be where you are right now, right? You have everything in you to be who and where you are right now. So we know we can create good, but why not shoot for great? We need more people doing that. People going after their dreams, showing others what's possible, paving the path, inspiring others, creating better quotes with cityscapes. People would be a lot happier too. There'd be a lot less insecurity-driven hate falling out of people's mouths because they'd be too busy working on themselves. Your past may not steal your future. Say that out loud with me. My past may not steal my future. And do something different today. That's what I'm asking you to do as you walk away from this episode and get back to the hustle of your week or your Monday or whatever day it is. Don't just close this episode and forget about this message. Don't get so busy watering dead grass that you don't have time to plant new seeds. Your story is far from finished. I don't know who lied to you. Whether it's you or someone else who has influenced you, friends or family members keeping you playing small, but you got work to do, my friend. Go to war for your life. Get dirty, get messy, take some chances. Shoot for the moon and land among the stars. Get fired up with me. I am telling you that it is time for change. The seasons are even telling you it is time for change, girlfriend. Make a plan, make some moves, and try and fail, and then try again or try something else. Keep getting uncomfortable, because that is where the magic happens. One decision, guys, one seemingly small decision today. One decision can change your whole damn life. All right, it's time to wrap this one up, but I hope I got your heart pumping a little bit just now. I hope you're thinking about a change you can make today, a shift in mindset, a new habit, a new routine, a new hobby, a new attitude, a new approach to something. I hope I got you thinking, and I hope I got you fired up, because you have a lot left to do. Your story is not done. If you guys will take some time right now or at the end of this episode to go submit a review on Apple Podcasts, I would so appreciate you. The more positive reviews that I have, the more Apple pushes my podcast in front of more people, allowing me to make a bigger impact with your help. And of course, subscribe so you can never miss a new episode. I appreciate you guys so very much, and your help in the success of this podcast has been so amazing. I have people message from other countries with their love of this podcast, and I'm just in awe that we have this amazing platform that allows us to connect from so far away. Look at that. Another seemingly small decision to grab a mic and share my story with a shaky voice in 2021 has me connecting with people all over the world a year later. All right. Grab your glasses for a cheers, friends. Mimosa, coffee, lemon water, whatever you have today. Cheers to always looking for opportunities to change and grow. Because anything not growing is not living. Even the smallest change, the smallest decision made today could change your whole damn life forever. Accept that you may fail, but that the tragedy is not in failure, it's in not trying. Stop watering dead grass and wishing it would grow, and make the decision to plant new seeds. One good wish changes nothing. And one good decision changes everything. Until next episode, friends. E.